Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. Welcome to my channel Priyanka's IT School. Today I'm sharing new tutorial on software testing. Topic is acceptance testing. As of now we have discussed three levels of software testing. Now today let's understand concept of acceptance testing. So basic agenda for today's session is what is acceptance testing, various forms of acceptance testing, use of acceptance testing and typical defects and failure found during acceptance testing. So first of all, what is exactly acceptance testing? Acceptance testing is the fourth level of software testing, right? Where software is tested for its acceptability. In this testing type, customer evaluate the compliance of the software with its business requirement and check whether software is acceptable for delivery or not. That is called acceptability. Main objective of acceptance testing is to establish confidence in the system and we can verify and validate whether system is complete and will work as per expected result or expectation of client requirement. So functional non-functional behavior of the software also we can specify during acceptance testing. So this level performs after system testing and before making the system available for actual use. Actually, if you just consider specific approach like when acceptance testing is conducted and whose responsibility is this. So acceptance testing is often responsibility of the customer, business user, product owner or operator of the system. This is the last level in sequential development model, okay, but also occurred at other time. Example, acceptance testing occur when software is installed, okay, that is in the form of operational environment. Acceptance testing is the or is also occur on a okay whenever the new functional enhancement may occur before system testing, right? So whenever there is a new functionality, basically we have to update in a software application, we can also go for acceptance testing. So basically in iterative development, project team can employ various form of acceptance testing during or at the end of each iteration. So now let's understand how many different forms of acceptance testing we have. First of all, user acceptance testing, and it is again categorized into two forms, alpha and beta testing. What is UAT testing? Let's see. User acceptance testing is used to determine whether product is correctly working for user or not, right? So here user is nothing but what, like end user, which use the software application. So user acceptance testing perform from the end user perspective and from their point of view. In this type, specific requirement which are oftenly used by user or end user are primarily picked for testing purpose. Example, let's consider e-commerce application, right, where every user use some like common behavior. Let's say they can search a product, they can add item to the cart, and they can just do checkout or payment process. So this is called a common scenario, often used scenario, which is used by end user. So in user acceptance testing, we simply focused on user point of view, whether the system is acceptable by that particular user or not, right? So this is often called as end user testing. And in this form, we have two types like alpha testing and beta testing. Now, what is exactly alpha and beta testing? Basically, guys, alpha beta conducted by customer or end user. This testing used by development of the software, okay, developer of the software who wants feedback from the real customer, okay. So alpha testing is conducted by customer in development organization, and here customer test the software product and everyone is basically involved in this testing. So like customer will just provide a feedback to the developer, and as per the feedback, developer make changes into that software application, okay. So alpha testing environment, we can say it is under control, and this is called internal testing, okay. So in the organization, within organization, in front of customer, basically they can test the application, they can provide a feedback, and accordingly we can simply develop the application, we can improve software quality. This is called alpha testing. Now what is mean by beta testing? So in beta testing, where the real end user, okay, by their own location, or we can say from their environment, they can just test software application. So basically in companies, what happen, most of the time beta version get released release into the market, people simply use that beta version. They simply suggest some kind of feedback, and based on that feedback, if there any kind of issue is available, they can simply make correction into that issue. So here environment is not under development. Okay, so beta testing where it is conducted by the end user, and environment is not control under control of the development. Okay, so based on the user, whatever user suggest, whatever user provide any kind of feedback, based on that they simply make a change in the application, and they simply launch that application again into the market. This is called beta testing. Beta testing where environment is not under control, and that is the reason it is also referred as field testing. Okay, so now the second form, okay, where we can simply perform acceptance testing, that means again depending on the requirement, like depending on the authority, this kind of acceptance testing is conducted. So let's say second type is business acceptance testing. What is exactly this business acceptance testing is, let's say like it is conduct to determine whether the product meets the business goals and purposes. So we need to verify whether software application is working as per the business goals and purpose. So mainly focus is here like they can simply focus on business profit. Okay, like what happened, which are quite challenging basically to improve business and their financial state. It's quite challenging due to some kind of changing market conditions and some kind of like new technologies, right? So the main focus here, like they can verify, the client can verify whether the particular software is as per the business need or not, right? Or it is improving business or not. Accordingly they can simply test the software application. Now the third form is contractual and regulatory acceptance testing. So to improve business, contract and regulations should be followed by both parties. So here contract between customer and IT industry, when both agree to contract, then acceptance based on acceptance criteria, okay, then only acceptance criteria is defined. So the contractual acceptance testing and regulatory acceptance testing both are important. What is exactly contractual acceptance testing means? See, contractual acceptance testing where contract which specify that once the product goes to the live, okay, within a predefined period, the acceptance test must be performed and it should pass all the acceptance use cases with respect to acceptance criteria. So whatever the criteria they define, based on that they need to verify whether software meets all the requirement or not, right? Again, what is exactly concept of regulatory acceptance criteria? Regulatory, that means what? Again some kind of rule, some kind of standard we need to follow, right? So regulations or regulatory acceptance testing must be performed against any regulation that must be followed or adhere to, such as government legal, government rule, and safety regulations, something like that. Generally the product or application that is used to release in the market and has to go under every time this contractual and regulatory acceptance testing criteria. So this type of testing is again important, where all the rule standard we can verify as per the end user and customer expectation. Again, from the government rule we need to follow every country and their rules, okay, just to fulfill their need to accept this software application. Next, we have operational acceptance criteria. Again, this is very interesting. It is used to determine the operational readiness of the software product along with its non-functional requirement. Yes, testing focus on operational accept. Example, testing of backup, restores, and installing and uninstalling of the software, upgrading some data in a software application, software compatibility, performance testing, data load, migration tasks. Okay, some kind of security vulnerabilities also we can verify during this operational acceptance testing. So operational acceptance testing assures product stability before it released to the production, and it performed by operational team and independent tester. Okay, so these all the forms which are very important, which are some of the form which are internally happen by some special team. I can say testing team, independent tester, developer, and again customer. Most of the time, yes, acceptance testing is only conducted by the customer. Okay, it's responsibility of the customer and end user that please verify whether the software is acceptable or software is developed as per his expectation or not. And again, during the V model also I have explained like how they simply prepare, acceptance criteria for every level, and accordingly we can verify, accordingly your customer also verify whether the software is acceptable or not. Now, what is exactly use of this acceptance testing? Okay, so find the defect, okay, which is missed by during functional testing. This is one of the use. Then we can say we can simply test the confidence. Okay, we can check the confidence is improved in the software quality or not using acceptance testing. So test that product actual fulfill client need. This is what the main thing. And yes, we required feedback, we need to collect feedback which will improve software stability. So acceptance testing is important, right? Now let's see some typical defects and failure during acceptance testing. So guys, as you can see, system workflows do not match or do not meet business or user requirement. This kind of failure you might found. Yes, business rules which are not implemented correctly. System does not satisfy, contractual or regulatory requirements. Then some non-functional feature like security vulnerabilities problem, inadequate performance issue, and what we can say like software UI problem. This kind of typical defects you might get, during acceptance testing. And for this, again, tester need to prepare acceptance test cases, and based on that only we need to validate and verify software application. So the main intention, okay, why we do this, so all these types have a common goal, okay, that to ensure and to gain confidence in the product and ensure that product is ready to be used, okay, by real user. So that's all for this tutorial. Please do subscribe, stay tuned, and stay safe. Thank you.